Hi, I'm Sara Murray from the Wall Street Journal, and I'm here with Virginia Senate candidate Mark Warner.
Hey, Sara.
Thanks for joining me. So the first thing I want to talk about today is the race in Virginia on the presidential scale. Obviously, it's getting a lot of hype as a swing state, but Virginia as a whole is pretty conservative. So what does Barack Obama really have to do in Virginia to be able to resonate with sort of like the rural areas and the people who are actually more conservative voters?
Well, here's what the campaign has going for it. It's got enormous enthusiasm, a lot of new registered voters, almost 200,000 new registrants, and I think the overwhelming majority are going to vote for Senator Obama. He's still got to go ahead and close the deal with people in Southside Virginia and Southwest Virginia. And part of that is going to come about, I think, with two things. One, by visiting and being there, and I was very proud of the fact that he came to Bristol in Southwest Virginia once he'd secured the nomination, and last week I campaigned with him in a little town on the North Carolina border, Martinsville, and he was in Lynchburg, which is Jerry Falwell's hometown, and had a huge show of support. So he's got to be there, and then the other thing he's got to do is convince people, and I think this will be just not the case in rural Virginia, but Western Pennsylvania, Southeast Ohio, that he's got a real plan on how those communities won't be forgotten. I mean, both political parties really haven't paid much attention to small town and rural America for the last 30 years. I'm not saying Senator Obama has, as I said, fully closed the deal, but they sure as heck have not decided they're going with Senator McCain. So if he can make those kind of inroads, and then combined with the enormous support and energy of the new voters and the support he's gotten in Northern Virginia, I think it's going to be a very competitive state.
For your Senate race, you are leading the Republican candidate in a seat that's been held by Republicans for the past 35 years. So what are your primary goals between now and Election Day? If you had to say three things that you really need to accomplish in that time, what would they be?
Well, I think I need to remind Virginia voters of the fact they've got a clear choice. My opponent was a former governor. We both have records, and my question is, which governor left Virginia in a better spot? I'm happy to have that verdict of Virginia voters. Second is to continue to make the point that if I can get hired, I would love to go and form a bipartisan radical centrist group, because I personally want Senator Obama to win, but if Senator McCain wins, you're still going to need a strong center and of people that can work with both sides and occasionally say no to both sides. And I think that's what Virginians want. They want stuff to get done, more importantly than whether you've got an RRD next to your name. And the third is you got to be relentless. I'm out six and a half days a week trying to make my case. And I think if I do those three things, remind people about our past records, continue to lay out a positive reason of why I'd hope to be able to be a more bipartisan senator than I think my opponent. And the third is not take anything for granted. I feel pretty good.
Well, I'm Sara Murray from the Wall Street Journal, and this is Virginia Senate candidate Mark Warner.
Thank you, Sara.
Thank you.